Hi, this is the beginning of a 30-day act of radical self-love. I feel some tension in my chest right now as I say this because I know what I'm about to say. My intentions over the next 30 days is to make a video being in the practice of radical honesty, to say exactly what's going on in my life without holding back, without lying and creating a replica of myself that I think you will accept. My intention with this is to stop playing small and hiding myself. And I recognize that some kind of fear of success that I have, I witness that I have a thought that's they'll find out all your dirty secrets and then they'll fucking throw you to the curb. This has really been weighing heavily on me. So what if I just flip the script and throw all my baggage out and I'm just crazy honest about who I am and what I've been through, so that I can just move forward from this stuff behind me versus have it continuing to drag me down, right? So this is an act of loving myself by acknowledging what's going on and saying my sense of value and worth is not dependent on you giving me validation or acceptance. I feel my body breathing really deeply on that, and a softness happening. A softness kind of like if you just popped air bubbles for packaging. Like satisfying EMDR. Is that what it's called? Videos you watch that just are pleasurable to enjoy. Well, this is like that for me, only after I say things that make me want to crawl and run away from the camera. I'm looking here at some notes for shame and lies that I have maintained throughout my life. So let's just jump in. My intention is to do these videos for minimum 10 minutes. My friend Ricky is doing this for 20 minutes a day. I'm kind of who's gonna watch all that? And that's me thinking about other people versus myself. 20 minutes a day of Keegan giving himself attention and love to voice what's happening for him. Maybe that's the way. Let's start and see where we get to. Okay, the first one I've got here is I noticed that I feel shame because I make just enough money to pay for all the bills. And then if I suddenly am I would love to do this learning course on singing or this retreat for wealth and spirituality, suddenly I make just enough money for that and the bills. Never have I had a savings account that maybe I had it for a month and then I fucking spent it. So I feel ashamed, I'm supposed to have money that's something to make me feel safe and provide for other people. And yet here I am, 5 years old, and I'm still, wow, I notice myself scared to own this. I feel fear, and I notice I'm making a picture of people judging me, women watching me. Oh, he's 35. Ew, he's too old. Oh, it feels really freeing to say that. Freeing is not a feeling. I feel very expansive when I say that. So that's one thing. Yeah. I want to say quickly a few things about radical honesty. So anybody that decides to watch these videos and go on the journey, you should know that I want you to know that I notice I imagine, and I feel as the three primary ways to express your honest experience. I notice is purely the facts, something that anybody else could also observe as true. I imagine is your imagination, it's your story and the interpretation you have about what you're noticing. And feeling, I am refining to only core emotions or sensations in the body. So I can't say, I feel like you let me down. That would be, I noticed that you ignored your phone when I called you. I noticed that you hit do not answer. And I imagine that you don't care. And so I feel heaviness in my body. And I tell myself, you let me down. That is more clear communication of genuine experience versus shaming somebody else for not living up to an expectation that I have probably not expressed and defined for you. So naming what I feel, like my hand doing this, that's a noticing. As I express the things I feel shame for, is a way to give myself forgiveness because I'm naming and I'm experiencing what's happening completely rather than running away from it. And that creates the sense of forgiveness by creating acceptance. Not like I'm being moral and judging anything as right or wrong, but purely experiencing it. And then for myself, making a judgment. Do I want to do that again or not? Next on the docket, fuck man, I feel so much shame for how horny I am and how I walk around the world looking for tits and ass. Walk into every single room and I know my eyes are immediately scanning for where's the hottest girl in the room. And how many guys I actually just delete from space as I do this. Wow. I imagine I'm not the only man that does this. Oh, I can feel like tension going up and down my chest to say this. I imagine women looking at this and going, yeah, don't trust this guy. And men going, yeah, don't bring your girlfriends around that guy. You're just gonna objectify the fuck out of them. Try and take your girl when you're not looking. Or flirt with her when you're not looking. Ugh. I don't intend to do that. I do feel shame for how much I flirt with women and see them for sex versus human. So a big part of this 30-day act, I should say, is there's also semen retention, no penetrative sex, no smoking ganja or any drugs or drinking, no sweets, no sugars, no candies, no cookies, no porn. And I also want to escape my feelings by watching anime, cartoons, none of that. And these are all being replaced by me bringing my attention back onto my purpose. The idea is we have this sexual drive, our energy that goes into our sexuality can also be alchemized and brought towards our sense of purpose and creating love that is perhaps sensual, not sexual. So that's a part of this journey. My men's group that I have been a part of for months now has challenged me to, and the whole group, 30 days semen retention. So I'm kind of expanding on that to include what we see here right now. What am I noticing that I feel? I feel my head with some pressure going outwards. I feel myself leaning forward, a bit of a troll-like back, like a hump in the back. that I'm judging as a troll. Me kind of like hiding her. Also, perhaps this chair is creating that. I feel happy sharing this. I feel free. I feel kind of, I tell myself I'm free. I notice this bright light shining in my face so that you can see me. I am feeling ashamed to admit this. My body rocks. I look at people like price tags. Transactional interactions are fucking common in my life. I can walk down the street with my dog and look at people and think, who can pay for my services? Who can pay full price? Who is someone that doesn't have money, therefore I don't want to talk to them? Oh my God, I feel like that's a big weight off my chest. But my body's gonna yawn. Wow. My teacher, Larry Mangum, amazing guy in Denver. If you're out there, I definitely encourage you to set up an appointment with him. As a hypnotherapist and fourth way Gurdjieff's work mentor. He taught me that yawning is actually like a natural process of your body when your brain has been working and now it's asking for more oxygen. So it means you're processing. It's a good sign that you're in the work. I would also like to own the fact that I guess this is kind of related to the previous one. I don't care about a lot of people. Sometimes I pretend to care when really I don't give a fuck. I want to walk away. I want them to stop talking. I want to change the subject. I look at the group of people and think, oh my God, these people are idiots. Why am I here? It's a waste of my time. How do I change the conversation? Should I just walk away? Oh, this guy's so dumb. Why isn't he getting it? So much judgment. And I don't care. And I imagine that me not caring about people and what they share is because I don't spend a lot of time caring for myself. And by a lot of time, I mean, where's the daily hour to 3 hours that I see other mentors spending on just being with themselves? No stimulus, no distractions, just yourself. If I'm to give myself this loving care, like in this 30-day challenge, how does that influence my craving for validation, my desire to learn a language or how to dance would then become pure joyful experience for me versus the thing I gotta do to get laid, the thing I gotta do in order to get business. And so it's the thing that I want to do because I enjoy it. And so not caring about people and seeing people as price tags, those two I notice, I imagine they are related. Yeah, I notice how much energy comes up inside of my body that I'm rocking and shaking. I'm scared to own this without breaking the tension and running away from just holding this energy of wow, yeah, I just said something that I feel shameful for. And I'm not gonna eject from this experience with a joke or changing this object or food. I'm gonna just maintain this and notice what I feel moment by moment. Thank you, Keegan. I love you. I appreciate you for staying right now, right here. And I imagine you're going for 20 minutes. Not being able to be there for my mom when she was dying and sick. And I noticed my hands grabbing fabric. I felt fear to look at the camera. I chose, when my mom got diagnosed with cancer for the second time, to not move and live with her for the potential 1 to 2 years that she had remaining. I chose to work my jobs that I had, chase women, try to build friends for the first time in a city of Denver. Like, I'm gonna stay here for at least a year and make friends. And I chose all of this as more important than my mother when she was diagnosed. Like, you've got bone cancer, you've got 2 years or less to live. And then when she was actually dying, I quit, moved down to Texas where she was with her family. And I lived with her for the last month while she was in a coma for 3.5 weeks of it. Talking to her as I could, I noticed that I'm soothing myself by rubbing and pressuring myself. I noticed tension in my chest. A bit of a smile, a yawn coming. Oh, I imagine nobody wants to watch these videos, that I'm not important, that this stuff is not important, that nobody would actually care to stay with this. I imagine there's no value in me speaking this stuff. And I notice I feel happy as I say all of this. Yeah, there's shame for that. I feel shame, a bit of just like my face twisting like this, and disgust. I tell myself now that family is actually important and valuable. My body breathes on that. I yawn as I think about my brother. I love him and I hate him. I'm so angry at him for not having applications so that I can communicate with him from a different country. I'm fucking mad at you, Jed. I love you. I'm gonna try calling you this week. When is that? That's not tomorrow. I'm calling my brother tomorrow. Or at least gonna try to get him on the phone. Oh, just yawn. I also feel shame. I want to own that it took me until 11:15 at night on my first day that I said, you must do everything by midnight of this challenge. It took me until 11:15 at night to begin this video. So I want to own that and commit to making these a lot earlier in the day. And that feels more honoring and loving to myself to do that, to be excited about this. I have 2 more things on this list to talk about. I wonder if I'm giving them space. Yeah, one of them, stealing food as a 7-year-old from the gas station. My father bringing me back to the gas station and making me talk about this, give the food back. Thank you, Dad. I appreciate you keeping me respectable, honest. I didn't need the food, but I did want it. Maybe I wanted your attention, so I did that for that. Maybe I'm just a little kid and you're like, woo, stuff, experience. I don't want to say this next thing, I'll save it for tomorrow. I imagine I want to say a lot more about it. I appreciate whoever stayed with us through this video. And Keegan, I love you. I appreciate you for taking the time to be here and be honest and choose our opinion of ourselves as more important than anyone else's. Wow. That do I respond to that? That makes me think I'm fucking powerful. Thank you, Keegan. I love you too. My mind is like, is Keegan talking to Keegan? Who is Keegan? What does that mean? This is like identity level change, to own this much of what you have denied and said is not enough. To take these parts and say, yeah, look at that. It's okay, you're still okay, man. Even though you've done all of this. All right, I'm excited for this week. This month. By the way, this is day number 1 of 3 days that I will have a water fast, followed by 7 days of only eating fruit. Using the physical as a gateway in to discipline the mind. All right. Thank you for listening, watching. I wish you to feel love for yourself and for those around you. And I'm talking to myself as if you are wondering, is this guy giving me fucking advice, coaching? Perhaps in some way. Indirectly, as I give it to myself. Okay, bye for now.